You want to start a business, but you're really not sure what. I've got some thoughts for you, so stick with me. So I think I can relate to you. A handful of years ago, my husband and I were in this exact same boat. We had 3 kids. My husband worked in a factory. I was a stay-at-home mom doing some, babysitting and little jobs that I could find so that I could still not have to pay for daycare, but raise my kids. But we were really, really struggling. My husband was tapped out at his job. He couldn't get any more advances or raises. He was pretty much there. And we wanted more. We wanted more out of life for ourselves, for our kids, for our family. I mean, we were looking at how are we going to pay for, we couldn't even pay for, we didn't have a nice car. We couldn't pay for vacations that we really wanted. We couldn't buy nice things for our kids. And, we had major things coming up too, like braces and college and weddings and, even our own retirement. I mean, there was just nothing. We did not have a pot to piss in, as they say. So we thought about our options. It's like, okay, well, we could go back to school and get a degree, invest more money that we didn't have to take on a student loan to go to college somehow in the middle of, raising 3 kids and a full-time job to eventually just get another job, maybe higher paying. But was it really going to get us all the things we wanted? And, we saw really quickly that we had to start our own business. Now, I was fortunate that my parents were entrepreneurs, so I understood about business and about self-employment, and they were upper middle class. My husband's parents were blue-collar workers. My husband's father worked in construction. They didn't have much. They were middle to lower middle class. And, so we looked and we saw, okay, I understood that having my own business was a better option than getting a higher paying job. But I didn't know what. We had actually tried a couple of different things and, nothing really resonated really well with us until I found the right business. And I think when you're looking at starting your own business, you have to understand that what are you getting into? What kind of business are you going to have? So I know a lot of business owners, and I know a lot of wealthy people. I know a lot of executives, high-paying individuals. I know a lot of professionals, doctors, lawyers. My son-in-law is a high earner lawyer. So I know a lot of these people out there who are doing different professions, and I still believe that business ownership is going to give you hands down more of what you're looking for in life, because you're going to be offered different things like, better financial opportunities, better freedom, time flexibility opportunities, better personal growth, just feeling better about owning your own life and your own future and understanding that is in your hands and not in someone else's hands. You don't have a boss that's going to look over your shoulder all the time and tell you when to come in and when to come out and when you can have a vacation and when you can't. These things are all really, really great when it comes to business, owning your own business and business ownership. Now, it's not easy because what options do you have out there when it comes to business ownership? And that's where you have to really kind of think through. I think, first of all, just getting the understanding and the idea that you want to own your business is huge. That in itself is like, okay, you're on the right track, but where are you going to get the leverage and the scale that you want to have the income opportunities that you want, the time flexibility that you want? And that's where you have to kind of really think through and look carefully at the options in front of you. So I have business owners in my family. I know so intimately a lot of these opportunities. I think no matter what, you're going to be glad that you went into business ownership if you understand what you're getting into, if you understand how to build it, if you want to scale it and how to scale it. I still think business ownership, hands down, is absolutely the right route. Now, can you handle it? Not everybody is made for business ownership because you are the boss. Not only do you have your life, you're in control of your life, but you're the one who's in control of your business. The one reason that people like to be employees is because they don't want to have to think about where to get the customers, how to service the customer, where to get the product, how to manufacture things, how to expedite things, how to handle employees, payroll, all that stuff. They don't have to do any of that, right? Their boss does it. They just show up, clock in, clock out, and get their paycheck. But again, that's why the boss gets paid the big bucks and you don't, right? Because they're willing to take on those responsibilities. So obviously you have social proof. There's millions of businesses out there and people who are successful. And you have your small business owner who can be successful in a small business. You have your mid-cap, you have your large scale, and then of course you have your mega businesses, your Amazons, your Teslas, things like that. So where will you fall in the continuum of that opportunity? So if you're going to have a single owner small business, you are going to have, again, that flexibility. You're going to own your own life. You're going to face these challenges. You're going to love them. You're going to hate them. It's going to be a mixed bag of things, but you will continue to grow yourself, your business, your opportunity, your knowledge, your understanding, and as you grow. But at the end of the day, how much money are you making? How much time freedom do you have? Because a lot of small businesses, and I know a lot of small business owners, basically you just bought yourself a job, right? So you signed the lease or bought the building, you bought the inventory, you hired the people, you're putting the hours in, and at the end of the day, after you've paid all your expenses, what is your profit? Some people actually make less money than a job, but still say, I would rather do this than have a job. Maybe I don't have all the money I want, but just owning my own life, owning my own business, the satisfaction I get from that is worth what I'm making. Some people make at least what they were making at their job or maybe a little bit more. But if you want to scale out of that, if you want to have more income, that's where you have to have leverage and you have to move beyond that. And where can you get that opportunity? And that is usually by opening a second location. Some people will, it's called, you can chain your business, like Starbucks is a chain. So they started one store, they opened a second store, they opened another store, and they figured out how to scale this so that they could have literally millions of outlets all over the world. And that's a chain. You can't buy don't quote me, I could be wrong. Maybe you can buy a Starbucks franchise, but I think that's very, very few. You really can't buy a Starbucks location that is owned by the Starbucks Corporation. But then you have the opportunity to franchise. So maybe you come up with a really great thing. So I always look at the example of Sprinkles Cupcakes. They started out with one store and they made some great cupcakes and they got recognition, they got scale. And instead of doing a chain operation, they did franchises. Okay, so what they did is they said, I will package my idea. I will sell you my idea. I will sell you my recipes. I will, sell you my product line, but I get a cut of everything that you sell. And that's a franchise opportunity. So if you have a product or a service that's just killing it and look, I need to expand out, I need to scale this thing out. So I'm going to, offer this as a franchise. But you have to be, of course, the brains behind the operation. You have to set up the system for these franchisees to be able to follow so that they will have success with the brand, right? So you create the brand, you grow the brand, you supply the brand to your franchisees. So that's an opportunity. But there's also, there's other opportunities out there. I mean, obviously in the digital marketplace, there's so many great opportunities. There are different ways that people have learned how to make incredible incomes by, doing, branding themselves and whatever it is that they do as an expert out into the marketplace and saying, I have solutions to offer you. And they use the digital marketing world, such as this, YouTube, Instagram, all the social media platforms that are out there. They promote their brand themselves. They promote themselves, the opportunity that they're promoting to make a package and sell. And that's also a great, great opportunity. And then, there's network marketing, which I think is the average Joe's best chance to enter into the opportunity because the barrier of entry is so low. And test it out and decide, this is for me or this is not for me. If you are using a product from a network marketing company that you love, or if you know somebody that's in network marketing and they seem to have some sort of expertise or success in it, and you want to get into it and try it out for yourself, it's a great way. I mean, they're great. It's a great business school. Most network marketing companies will teach you skills for free because your sponsor has a vested interest in your success. So they will help you for free learn business skills, learn how to sell, how to service, how to scale, how to market, how to digital market, all those things they'll do for free. And the company takes care of the product, the compensation plan, and then of course you leverage yourself with non-linear income by every time you have a distributor in your lineage, in your network, in your organization. The company's compensation plan will usually give you a little piece of that. And that's a great way to leverage and scale, like Starbucks or Sprinkles, where you don't have to be the franchisor, you don't have to be the chain, the headquarters. You just get to do your thing like a small business, yet you get compensated like one of these larger corporations. So again, as for me and what I needed to do and wanted to do is I wanted to make more money. I wanted to have a better life. I wanted to have freedom. I wanted to have personal challenge to grow myself, not just punch in, punch out, do the same, rat race, grind, monotonous work every day. I wanted the opportunity to really challenge myself as a human being, as a part of a community, to be able to give more, to give back, to become more, to grow, to experience so much more adventure. And I knew I had to do that with a business, and that's what I did. There's so many things, to try out there. And I would just say that if you're one of those people who is looking for an opportunity, you owe it to yourself to check it out. I really encourage you to continue on in this journey. I love it. I can't say enough about it. I'm for it. I am doing it. I've been doing it. I have no regrets. and I will continue to do it, and I'm here to help you do it. So, all right, let's just say goodbye there, and we'll talk to you later.